Good morning. I'm Dr. Mike Cockrell, and I want to thank you so much for joining me in this video this morning. Yesterday I was watching some training and doing some learning myself, which is one of my favorite things to do anyway. But I was listening to a message about video marketing and about some things that Dave Wood was teaching. And really the thing that jumped out at me specifically in his teaching was the idea of setting an intention. So today what we're going to do is we're going to talk briefly about the power of intention, how you go about setting an intention. And this applies to anything you're doing, whether you're just doing a small project around the house, whether you're launching a new business, whether you're creating an online marketing empire, whatever you're doing. The power of intention and being able to capitalize and use that is significant in your success. And I mean that because here's what we're talking about. Let's say, for example, you're going to take a journey across country in a car to a spot you've never been. Most of us would not just jump in the car and take off. In fact, most of us would probably sit down with a map, sort of plot out, here's where we want to go, here are the things we want to accomplish along the way in getting to our end destination. That process of plotting and planning is basically the process of setting intention. So how do we apply that to our regular business? So one of the things that really come to mind with me is I look back when I was going to medical school, and during those years of education and training, pretty much everything you do, you eat, you sleep, you breathe, medical school, literally, for 4 to 7 years, depending on what you're doing, or sometimes even longer, depending on your specialty. That's your life. That's everything. You wake up in the morning knowing exactly where you're headed, what you're going to be doing, what you're going to be focused on. You come home in the evening, having completed all that. You go to sleep. You dream about it. You start all over. And at the time that I was doing that, I never really thought about how the power of intention played into that. Really never gave it any thought whatsoever, because that process was so structured, you didn't have to think about it. You just had to keep showing up. And our lives are sort of the same way. The problem is if we don't have some idea when we start a project of what we need to accomplish in that project along the way of doing it, or where we want to end up, life has a way of distracting us. And so what happens is we get pulled this way, we get pulled that way, we got this thing we need to help with, we've got that thing we need to help with, and all of a sudden what you find is that you've gone through an entire week of your life starting on Monday with an idea of what you wanted to get done in a particular aspect, and realizing when you get to Sunday that that's been just pushed aside because of all of the distractions. So what I want you to do today is very simple. I want you to take a few moments this morning when you get up, when you see this, whenever you see this video, because this video is going to be out there for a long time for people to learn from and see and hopefully enjoy. But what I want you to do is take just a moment. Take a moment before you start your day and sit in your mind, clearly think about 3 or 4 or 5 things that you would really like to accomplish throughout the course of that day. Don't just think about, oh, well, I want to make it through work, I want to make it through, think about a specific task at work, after work, at home, in another project you're doing. Think about a specific task that you want to do, and really when you think about it very clearly. What's it going to look like when it's completed? What am I going to have to do along the way to get that done? How long might that take? Put those things into your mind, because what you're going to see is that when you consciously think about those types of details, you automatically plant a seed in your subconscious mind that will start working on the process of creating that. And so what you're going to be amazed by is just how much more you accomplish without really even thinking about it, just because you took a moment to start with to feed your brain the information it needs to be able to do those tasks, whether you're consciously thinking about them or not. So that's all I ask. Just take a moment, see if it works. I tell you, I've been using this process intermittently in my life forever, and I used it for years without even knowing what it was all about. So take some time, get your project sort of structured in your head so you can see it very clearly, and then just allow your subconscious to take control. So listen, I hope you have a great day. I hope you enjoy this information. I'd love to hear your feedback and your comments. Feel free to comment on any of this stuff. You know, and I look forward at some point in time to knowing that this was beneficial to you. So have a great day. I'll see you soon. Take care.